In this video, you'll learn how to use the Regression Models app to complete your activity in statistics. First, you'll notice that there's a number of frames here. There's the data source over here. There's ways you can take samples and get information over here. You'll have in the middle of your screen a scatter plot of your data, and then down below is some more information. You'll want to read through the Explain tab where it explains what this applet does and what all these lines mean everywhere. And then the code book is where it explains what your data set actually is. So for our activity, you'll be using the NHANES data set, and you'll see what all the variables mean. So what does marital mean? What does ever married mean? And then how will that affect your data in your scatter plot? The next tab is the statistics tab, where you can get a value for little r, or your correlation, and then also a value for your r squared here in the middle. There's also a lot more statistics that we're not going to talk about, but it is there and it is important for the right people. All right, so for the activity, you'll be using the NHANES dataset over here on the left, and then you'll choose a response and explanatory variable. And you can just pick any of these variables that you like and then see what happens. You can click New Sample, see what happens, change your sample size, see what happens. Now I just happen to pick the same variable, so it looks a little funny. Here we go. I'll take new samples. Watch what happens to the regression line. Watch what happens to this blue line. Watch what happens to this black line. Look what happens to these horizontal black and red lines. You can change your sample size again, see what happens. Sometimes the sample size is sort of limited, so you may not get too much of a difference. But the goal is to explore this applet with this preset dataset and variables and look for relationships between the two variables.